Hey Libra, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your February 2024 career reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Libra, you are starting off here with the wings. And a lot of signs have been getting the wings here because this is Aquarian energy. It's air energy, which is your fellow air sign. And we move into Aquarian season towards the end of January, and it'll be in full effect in February. So this is all about creativity, inventions. This is about using your mind, using your ideas to generate new income sources as well. Now, for those of you that possibly have come to this reading where you've been going through a little bit of a struggle, maybe you were unemployed, maybe there was a job loss, perhaps you're working on recovering from debt, I do feel like there is a new contract coming in because you also have the seal card right in the middle of your reading, and you're sealing the deal on a new business contract. It could be a partnership here. It could even be a new soul contract to head in a new direction. They're saying there's one card flipped up here, and they're right. Look at that. You have pay bills showing up. So you're definitely moving out of maybe a situation where, look at that, at the bottom of the deck, maybe you had some unexpected expenses, or there was possibly, again, a loss, but you're rising above some money issues because that's part of, excuse me, that's part of the wings showing up here, is rising above those issues. Maybe even a business taking off. If you are an entrepreneur, February could be the jump start that was needed or required in 2024. Perhaps January was a little bit slow for you, but I see February starting to pick back up here and more income being generated. And a lot of you are releasing fears around money. You may have some attachments to maybe a expectation, maybe even something that is no longer serving you. I feel like you are slicing through that because you actually have the devil card showing up here. And I feel like you see what this is and you're able to kind of cut it out of your energy field. So some of you are coming in from the cold after a time of loss, financial struggle, because you have here the Five of Pentacles as well. And I love your near future position. So yeah, if you felt like you were stuck due to health reasons, financial reasons, due to debt, poverty conscious mindset, all of the above, you're getting untangled in the month of February. And I feel like you're moving on to brighter days. All right, you're overcoming some big disappointments that have occurred here for you, Libra. I'm liking where this is going. I'm excited to see your outcome. There's a perfect partnership coming in here for you, a perfect company that aligns with your energy. This could be you stepping up when it comes to business ideas, entrepreneurship, and I feel like you are taking action, and that's your outcome energy, is a knight. So let's dive into your reading here, Libra. You start off with the wings, and if I didn't mention, a lot of signs have been getting the wings. This is that Aquarian energy, and this is about spiritual work. A lot of you Librans are light workers. You may be healers as well. I'm getting hands. You may work with your hands, whether this is Reiki, energy work, massage therapy, or perhaps you are the creative type and you work with your hands creating maybe some crystal jewelry, or maybe you are creating your own oracle deck. I'm also getting some of you shuffling cards, so you could even be a tarot card reader. This is your spiritual work. It's life purpose. It's mission. So some of you, this could be a spiritually based business, but I also get that even if you are doing, a job that's accounting, maybe you're an accountant, there is an energy here of you aligning your spiritual self Self-worth equals that net worth. And I feel like you're rising above any of those setbacks, the distractions, the beliefs, whatever the devil energy is here for you. And you're cutting those things out of your energetic field in order for you to rise above and see things from a higher point of view. And I'm also getting here rising above the competition. This is about you honing in on your gifts, you believing that your gifts are not only worthy of being seen, but you also are able to generate compensation or monetize on those gifts as well, because there could have been a fear around that. Should I ask for money, or can I raise my prices, or could this be sustainable? That may be a big question a lot of you have had, and you're definitely rising above and finding some solutions to challenges that maybe you've gone through in the past. Now you do have the seal the deal card here. This is about business contracts. It's about documents, maybe even a gift of money. Okay, some of you, this has to do with writing, clerical, administrative tasks, but tax came up. So some of you, it may have to do with taxes, or maybe you're hiring a professional accountant, something of that nature. There could be paperwork involved. If you are joining a new corporation or a new business, maybe there's some onboarding paperwork. This is about you staying put. You're sealing the deal. So whatever new contracts or existing contracts that you're currently in, I feel like you're going to stay put here, and you're shifting your energy in order to bring in more abundance. So on the physical, something feels solid here, but I feel energetically, you've been doing a lot of work, Libra, and there's definitely maybe a gift of money, a raise, a promotion, an increase, but I feel like it's more than just money, right? This is abundance in all forms. This is, profiting in more ways than one. You also have the watch card. This does say it's time to profit. Beautiful. This is about divine timing at play here, seizing the moment. So I feel February into March could be a very significant time for you, Libra, when it comes to business. Some of you are taking a class, a certification. You may be the teacher, you may be the student, because we do have training here. And I feel like you're getting ready for something that's actually going to be quite significant. It's going to leave a big imprint and really help you out financially. Some of you have gone through a long waiting period, right? Maybe you were laid off of work. Maybe you start back up here. Or if you were a business or are a business owner, maybe you went through a little bit of a slow time due to the winter months. This can also be temporary. Something here that you've gone through, and I feel like it has to do with you kind of being out in the cold around finances. You were meant to go through that situation to heal, to learn, to grow, but there's something here around believing in your gifts, believing in your abilities to manifest a more abundant and enriching future. So there are some lessons here, and I feel like you finally can see the silver lining. There are some blessings that came out of a situation because maybe you were pushed to rethink things through. Maybe that job loss or that decrease or that lull period or that slow time, maybe it caused you to do a lot of introspection, Libra. And through that introspection, you've come up with some brilliant ideas to expand a business or to take that class or to grow your portfolio in some way, shape, or form. But I feel like it wasn't for nothing. And now the time has come, and they keep giving me March energy for you as well. I mean, this is a near future position. But I feel like you're really going to seize the moment, and you'll start to see the profit more so in March, even though I do feel like you're sealing the deal here in February, but you could see that large increase showing up. You may find out about it in February, but March is when it starts to accrue, is kind of what I get here. Now at the bottom of the deck, what you don't see coming is there is this energy here of resourcefulness, maybe even starting over energetically, financially, physically. This can also be about a nest egg. Now, some of you may work in healthcare, holistic health. This could be new opportunities to save up, right? It could be insurance as well. And I feel like that's part of the sealing the deal, because if this is existing, there's new energy coming into an existing contract, or this is something completely new for you, especially with the staying put. Something new coming in to either an existing or a new opportunity, I feel is very stable for you. So this is wonderful. Now you have your first card out here. You have interview. So some of you may be interviewing with a new company. You may be connecting with, I'm getting new clientele as well. Maybe you are having an initial consultation with someone. Could be a business coach, a mentor, a tax advisor. This could be, I feel like a very good time for those of you, excuse me, for those of you that are looking to put yourself out there in some way, show your creations. It's a business plan is what I'm getting here as well. Whether you are interviewing for a new job, a new position, I just get that there's, again, contractual work here. And you see the contract right there. So there could be some negotiations as well. But I feel really good about this. And it's longevity. There's something here that's going to maybe even allow you to invest into your future, your retirement, things of that nature as well. If you've been struggling with any sort of bill, I get that there could be a resourceful solution. So for example, maybe you've been struggling to pay on a medical bill. I feel by you doing your due diligence, by you calling them and saying, is there anything we can do about this? Is there any sort of, refinancing or debt relief or anything I can do to help me out here? I feel like you're actually going to get some favorable news. There could also be something that you're able to pay because it's less than you thought, or there is an amount of money here, because you can see that there's a receipt, but there is money in a wallet. So there's some sort of equal exchange here, or there is some sort of negotiation taking place. So I don't mind seeing this energy for you, because it's better than the debt card, which we do have here. So this is interesting that this is coming in, because some of you in the past, look at that, you have the debt card, which does say past due on some sort of contract. And you see that someone could have even been suppressing and really low. You see the empty bottle there, and they're looking in their wallet and there's no money in their wallet. So this is, I feel, a past energy where you just felt kind of down in the dumps. You didn't feel like you were making enough, Libra, or you didn't feel like you had enough to save for your dreams, your dream home or a vehicle. There could have been a large expense that you had to pay towards. And because we have the pay bills, and it's kind of the opposite energy where we feel now that there's a little bit of money in the wallet, I do feel like there's some sort of negotiation, something being paid, a debt relief, maybe financial aid or something coming in to help you out here. So this is really good energy. It's almost like I feel a balance. I feel a little bit more of a wash here, because I do get the debt being a past energy. Not that you're wiping out all debt this month, but I feel like you're going to have enough to pay on something that in the past was a little more difficult. Now, you also have the training card. Libra, if you are doing any sort of training at this time, this is going to help you throughout your lifetime, is what I'm picking up on. This is big. It's not just a certification and you get this certification and you use it one time. I feel like it's actually going beyond the original skill. So for example, maybe you're going to get certified as a tarot master, right? Or a tarot, maybe you're in a tarot certification class, but what you're learning is so much more than just the tarot. You're learning about, maybe numerology or astrology or how to open up your intuition. It's like something you're learning here this month or during this time frame, because this could be even something you've started in January or even in 2023. Maybe you've thought about, maybe it's upcoming training that you're taking. but it goes beyond just what you are getting certified in is what I get here. And this could be you. Maybe you are the one that is up here helping other people. Maybe you have an online coaching business or a course or a workshop or something that you are putting out there. You're going to help people in more ways than you could have ever imagined. It's beyond just what you are teaching. It's opening the door for them to truly discover their own gifts or vice versa. So this is really beautiful. And I actually love this card because you can see here, it's almost hidden up in the drafters up there, the word win, W-I-N. And I feel like you're going to win and you're going to come out on top. You're going to come out with more than you even thought possible. Even if this was a very expensive training, you're going to say it was well worth it. Or other people will say that about you. Now, you also have the job loss and termination of employment. And this could be past energy that you've gone through as well. Or maybe some of you are contemplating leaving a position because you want something better, something brighter, something more abundant, maybe more pay. You could have been dealing with a micromanager, someone who was all up in your grill, right? That's why you have the devil energy. Someone who was hovering, maybe criticizing your work. Perhaps they were, again, micromanaging in ways that kind of pushed you over the edge here, Libra. Maybe you were dealing with some unhealthy clients. I'm getting the energy here of boundaries. Boundaries is why you've gone through a lesson. And maybe that's part of the silver lining that you're able to see here now. But maybe it did cause you to cut cords with someone or walk away from a situation. Or maybe there were some problems with management, because I'm getting here the words upper management as well, where there was some sort of let go, layoff, or downsizing of a company, maybe even merging of a company. But I actually feel a favorable outcome, and we'll talk about why, a favorite position in the near future due to some sort of shift that happened in the past. And then lastly, you have insurance coming in. So you get that twice. So some of you could definitely work in insurance, or perhaps you're booking a trip, or you're looking at maybe different car insurance. That could be maybe what we're saving on here. That could be a bill that comes up for you as well. But I do feel there's something around insurance, and shop around is what I'm hearing. Shop around to see if you can get better rates, or look into the resources that are available to you. Don't settle for the first thing that comes up is kind of what I get. You may want to insure something here as well. Maybe that's part of it. So if you have a trip or you have some sort of policy renewal, you may want to look into it, because you have contracts coming up, you have insurance coming up twice, and you want to make sure all your assets are covered is what I feel here. All right, diving into the tarot, you start off with the King of Cups energy. This is beautiful. The King of Cups is someone who's very loving, very supportive, emotionally intelligent. This is you, Libra, where you are ruled by Venus. You are all about love. And I feel like it is super important for you, Libra, to do what you love. You must work in a job that you feel you're being of service to others in some way, shape, or form. Because if it's just a job just to pay the bills, you may find yourself getting burnt out real quickly. You may find that if there is heartless energy going into something, that it really kind of tips those scales within you. And you say, what do I need to do to change things up a little bit? And maybe that's why you're taking a class, a course, certification, maybe looking for a new opportunity. You could be really hard on yourself at times as well, because sometimes this King of Cups, they can be emotionally distant at times in order to feel a little bit safe. So what I get from this is a lot of you are taking some lessons that you've learned, maybe even in childhood, and you're turning that energy, you're transmuting something that you've learned or gone through in the past, and you're transmuting it into being of service for another. So for example, maybe you grew up in a very tumultuous childhood and you've decided to become a therapist or a coach because psychology is something you're very interested in. You want to learn more about the mind, why people act the way that they do. Maybe you want to coach and help other people who've gone through the same situation that you've gone through because you have some sort of wisdom. You have the experience as well. And I also feel like there's a deep innate calling for you to open your heart up and fully feel emotionally compatible with what you do for a living. So this is big energy coming in here, Libra. And I do see that there is something that threatened to kind of bring that dream to a halt. You see that there's ships, that this king is holding up that ship, but below the ship, there's sharks below the surface. And it's interesting because the King of Cups is trying to open themselves up to that more, feminine energy here because cups is a water sign of, femininity, but at the same time, they're a king in their masculinity. And sometimes it can be hard to ground our emotions into reality. So what that means is it can be difficult to, at times, bring what we love to fruition and make money off of it. And I feel like that may be part of your path is to continue growing, learning, thriving, not giving up on your heart's desire and to profit and monetize from this as well. But you're in king status here. So I feel like you're holding the ship up, but you're also utilizing what you've learned in the past, which was difficult, which was challenging, but you're not going to let that bring down the ship. And you have the devil. This can sometimes show up as a block. This can be your own fears. This can be obsessions around money. It can be attachments to expectations. This can be the root of all, evil here. As they say, sometimes money is the root of all evil. Well, in this case, the devil is the root of blocking manifestations, blocking emotional and financial fulfillment here. So the devil is things that we attach to. It's nothing that anybody else brings in, right? This is our own devil energy. So again, the devil can be materialism. It can be codependency. It can be manipulation, fears, obsessions, and even addictions. And we did see that bottle showing up. So it could be numbing ourselves because we don't want to look at our financial states, or some sort of addictions could be affecting career or money, or perhaps you grew up in an addictive household and maybe you're utilizing what you've learned to help other people overcome some of their own fears. This is showing up as your crossing your energy, but I like that it's crossing because it means that it's in your face and you have to do something about it. Okay. It's saying, okay, I have a choice to let this fear overwhelm me, or I can figure out and get to the root of it so I can have this abundance that I see for myself in the future. And a lot of you are working on detaching yourself from expectations, from those fears, so you can manifest from a higher frequency, a higher vibration. Because what do we have below you? This is in your energy. You are a manifester, Libra. You may be someone who you can quickly manifest things, and I feel like this is possible. Now, you may have been around, or maybe you yourself at times, we've all done this. Not one person is exempt from this, but we've all manifested from a place of fear or manipulation or greed at one point or another, or some sort of lower frequency. Why? Because it's part of the human experience. But what you're realizing is you can manifest from a higher viewpoint, a higher point of view, and you can manifest based on love, right? Love and fear are closely related with that devil. I would say here that fine line between the lovers and the devil is showing up here, and you are finding how to raise your vibrations and manifest from a place of love versus fear. And that's a big key secret here for you. And I feel like you already know this to be true. And this could even be something that you teach others as well. So when the magician shows up, this is Gemini Virgo energy. It is about you having the tools, the talents, the skills to take action. Because this reminds me of the man behind the curtain. For those of you that have seen The Wizard of Oz, you know that when Dorothy and her friends get to Oz, that it's the magical land, it's where they want to go. But then they realize that there's not this mighty, all-powerful Oz. They go, Toto opens up the curtain, and it's a man just like me and you, right? But I feel like it's more than that. It's about power. It is about, well, not power in a negative way, but empowerment. It's about you feeling the magic, the light, and feeling that and believing it within yourself. Okay, so this is you kind of being that man behind the curtain, but not in a trickery kind of way, but in a, I want to feel empowered and help others and be of service and manifest my dreams and get paid for it as well, right? So a lot of magical qualities you have here, Libra, and the magician is very action oriented. When he wants something, he manifests it. And sometimes it's not always in our highest good, depending on what vibrations you're putting out there. And I feel like that was a hard lesson that you've learned in the past. Because in the past, we have the Knight of Wands. You may have had to jump through some hoops here, Libra, to get something that you really wanted, or you're still in that phase of kind of coming out of the cold. Because what do we have coming in here? The Five of Pentacles. I'm getting that that's what you're working on. That's what you are willing to kind of jump through, because this is your passion. This is exciting. You know that adventure awaits if you're brave enough to kind of come in from the cold here. Not that you want to be ostracized or left out by yourself, right? You don't want to be outside in the freezing cold when it's negative 20 out and you're, only in a pair of shorts and barefoot and, a t-shirt. That's not going to feel good. You want to get to that warmth as soon as you can. And I see you getting to the warmth, because look what's coming in the near future. There's your sun. So literally, we see the story playing out here with the Knight of Wands, taking action. This is you. You are an instinctual leader. You get things done, even though sometimes you want to find that balance and you like to sit on things. You don't like to make rash, impulsive decisions. But I feel like there was a little bit of a fire, a kickstart, because of some experience that you've gone through in the past. And it kind of allowed you or propelled you or pushed you to jump through a hoop here and to kind of kick yourself back into gear and say, you know what, I'm not going to sit in this maybe pity party or sit in some sort of imbalance or poverty conscious mindset here. This can also be financial and material changes. Maybe some of you have lost. It could be even a family member. It could be a home. It could have been bankruptcy. There's just some sort of diminishing return that you've gone through in the past, but that was to motivate you. And now look at that. You have the sun showing up in the near future. So this is really empowering, Libra, right? And it's going to put you back on that track of abundance. So I definitely feel like you're getting back on track here. You're opening yourself up to seeing things from a bird's eye point of view. You see that beautiful bird right in front of her, and now you have clarity. You understand why something happened for you, not to you, not because you're singled out and deserved it, right? It's because it's part of the human experience that you wanted to evolve and grow and learn. And I don't feel like you would have been willing to kind of jump through whatever this hoop energy is here for you unless you had that push. And sometimes it's through some challenges that give us that push to jump through to the other side here. So when the sun shows up in your future position, this is all about abundance. It is beautiful Leo energy. Some of you may have strong Leo placements in your chart. This is about happiness, success, good health. Some of you felt like your health was compromised, mental health, physical health, emotional health, and that may have been affecting your career. And I feel in the month of February, it's like your health is starting to feel revitalized. You're starting to feel better. Maybe some of you have gone through a little bit of a sickness. You had to take time off, right? Maybe some of you, this has to do with a medical payment that really put a cramp in your finances. But the good news is there's something beautiful at the end of this hoop that you're jumping through. How are you feeling? You're ready to uncage. There's a beautiful uncaging happening here with the Eight of Swords. This is you getting out of your own way and saying, all right, enough is enough here, Libra. I need to make some big changes because mentally I'm overthinking things. I am replaying out a story of the past, and that story isn't the story I need to continue playing out. It's like a broken record that keeps holding me hostage. And you're realizing that it's all within your mind, right? So there's something here about mind over matter and being able to get clear mentally. Okay, that may be part of that Aquarian push that's coming in for you, Libra. And again, Aquarius season begins January 21st, I believe, and goes till around February 19th or February 18th. And that's going to really bring mental clarity for you to get out of your own way, spread those wings and take off. And that may be part of the business, taking off. And look at that. We have the wings showing up here as well. So business taking off, rising above money issues because you felt caged. And you're not meant to be in this cage, Libra. And that can really bring imbalance to those scales of yours. Now, what's showing up in your environment is healing some sort of disappointment, healing some sort of mental, because this is the Three of Swords, even though this can be tied to the heart, because you can see the swords going through the heart. I feel because you're getting clear mentally, you're letting go of this. Yes, it doesn't mean that there wasn't an experience of the heart that hurt you, because I feel like there was some sort of criticism, rejection, loss, excuse me, betrayal. There may have been someone micromanaging. Maybe you were let go from a position here. Maybe you dealt with a very stubborn client. As I say that, excuse me, my throat is activated. So there could have even been harsh words exchanged, or maybe you had some very harsh words for someone around you as well with this Three of Swords. But I feel like this is what you are releasing. That's what you are uncaging here. I mean, some of you, perhaps you just, I actually see someone in a vehicle kind of just letting it all out. So maybe someone has sat in a vehicle and they just screamed at the top of their lungs, or maybe they broke down in a vehicle, broke down emotionally, or maybe there was a vehicle that did break down. I hope not. But I feel like you're releasing that, and some pent up energy that you felt, some pent up, maybe even disappointment or anger, because I feel like there's a little bit of anger in that energy as well. That's what you're releasing this month. So this is quite significant. And maybe it had to do with, again, your personal health or personal life that was affecting your financial life, but things are rolling back into a positive order, because here's the Queen of Cups. And you have the King of Cups. This is your hope and fear that you can find balance amongst your masculine and feminine energy. Regardless of if you're male or female, this is divine energy. It's that masculine, feminine balance that we all strive to achieve within ourselves, right? And this can also be you connecting with partnerships and with clients who match and align with your energy. Other people who are compassionate for a cause, compassionate for what they do for a living, that you can interact and continue to strive with people who have their best interest and your best interest at the top, instead of it being cutthroat, is kind of what I get here for you. And cutthroat, haha, we were just talking about that Three of Swords and cut words, or words that can cut. But I feel like you are hoping that things can start to balance out a little bit more. And I do see that they will. But there is a slow and steady ride here, Libra, because your outcome energy is the Knight of Pentacles. But if I'm going to see all the Knights, I like to see this one in the outcome, because this is the most reliable, the most dependable, the most trustworthy, the most hardworking Knight. And even though you had to get into this Knight of Wands in the past, now you're able to kind of slow that roll down a little bit, because you've already come through this end of this hoop, right? You've already jumped through this ring of fire here, and you're on this other side. And now that you've kind of landed where you need to be energetically, now I almost feel like there's a smooth sailing. There's a coasting that is taking place here for you. However, this Knight, he's not quite that king yet, but you have every ability within you. I feel like you are that king, right? Actually, because we have the King of Cups showing up. You want to balance that masculine and feminine, but you realize that you must walk towards slow and steadily some sort of growth. There's also something that may take a little bit of time building here for you. Maybe it is building a business. Maybe it has been taken time to get certified or some sort of training, because the Knight of Pentacles can also be the slowest moving knight as well. But I feel like this knight, when they finish their journey, they have built that 10 of Pentacles, right? They have built their empire, their material world based on stability. There's not cracks in the foundation. They don't have to go back and replay out some sort of old story of material loss or poverty consciousness. They're taking care of it now, so they don't have to go back on that. So slow and steady wins the race here, Libra. And I feel like if you've been dealing with a lot of chaos, this is a month where things start to slow down chaotically for you. You raise your vibration and you acquire more abundance and success by trusting in yourself, trusting in your abilities with the Magician, and disconnecting from whatever that devil energy may be for you. And for a lot of you, it is fears. Fears of, what if this doesn't work? Fears of, what if this crumbles? What if I get let go? What if my business fails, right? All the what ifs that we tend to replay out in our minds, which looks like you've been doing that in the past. This is about setting yourself free and saying, I'm going to take it one day at a time. I'm open to abundance. I'm open to receiving what is in my highest good. And I am co-creating with my best manifesting partner, Spirit. So, wow, beautiful energy though. I feel like you're coming out of a situation that you felt very isolated and lonely. And look at what we have here. We have the tribe. Beautiful. This is you coming in from the cold. And look what number it is. Number 8. We are in 2024. We are in an 8 global year energetically. And the 8 is the infinity. It's infinite abundance, infinite opportunities for you to grow, to expand, to see how powerful and how strong you truly are on a soul level. This is about you being able to attract the right people that can help you out, and you can help them as well. All right, we're going to read from the guidebook. This is all about community. I feel like a lot of you in 2024 are going to spend more time with community or spend time helping raise the vibration of the planet. This is about being seen and understood by other like-minded individuals. It's a sense of family, of friendship, and knowing your place in the world, Libra. That's important, to know your place in the world, because that's all about the solar plexus as well. That's about empowerment. It's about you feeling confident within your gifts, within your abilities. And once you truly get into that energy, get into that alignment, that's when you truly see the abundance showing up. Whenever you're in a community of like-minded others, there is a powerful opportunity to reap great abundance. It's essential to ask, what can I contribute, rather than what can I get from this? We talk about expectations a little bit as well. I think we did anyway. That could be part of the devil. It says, figure out a need and look to fill it. Something meaningful will manifest. Even if what manifests is small, it is a sign that the doors of opportunity will swing open wider. There is another meaning of this card. Don't try to be all things to all people. Choose your role and be true to it. And serve from a sense of authenticity. There is no greater feeling of accomplishment than knowing you have a purpose. Yes, you do. You have a purpose here, Libra. I am going to read to you the reversal, the protection message, just because we're still working on coming in from, coming in from the cold with the 5 of Pentacles. And I feel like this goes hand in hand with the reversal. The protection message is this: beware of compromising your integrity in order to belong. How do you dim your light or change yourself so others will accept you in the tribe? Do you hide who you really are in order to play a role within the larger role? This will never fulfill you. Now is the time to assess your willingness to be real. Stand tall. Be you. Authenticity is true self-expression and the only way to empower yourself. Don't be afraid to be yourself and step into the role your heart tells you to take. Making yourself small bears too high of a cost. There's your heart showing up with the King of Cups, right? This is about you. Stepping into the role your heart tells you to take. Don't play small. You have the Sun card showing up. You're meant to shine, Libra. You're meant to shine your light. You have magical gifts. You really do, especially if you are transmuting any past energies. That could be what motivates you, what propels you into being all that you can be. You're a force to be reckoned with, but in a good way. All right, let's get a few messages from your spirit animals. And at this time, Libra, I just ask if you can, please close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in from the solar plexus chakra, the belly area. And upon your exhale, I want you to tune into that third eye center, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I'd like for you to imagine the first animal or animals that show up in your mind's eye. Now this could be an animal that flies high in the sky. It could be an animal that swims deep in the sea. Perhaps your animal is wild, magical, mystical, or even domesticated. Perhaps your animal has crossed over the rainbow bridge. Maybe they've crossed your path in the great outdoors. Or maybe even visited through a dream. There is no right or wrong answer, Libra. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you are ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, all you need to do is drop your power animals in the comment section below the video, and I personally will enter you into that free reading giveaway. So please make sure you have hit that subscribe and notification button so you don't miss that notification. All right, what do we have here for Libra, please? All right, Libra. You have the giraffe. See the big picture. And that kind of goes hand in hand with what we talked about with the wings in the beginning of your reading about rising above, seeing the big picture, seeing things from a holistic or a higher point of view allows you and enables you to make some new choices, to see what maybe you couldn't see because that devil may have been holding you down, holding you in place. So see the big picture of a situation. Some of you may be born on the 29th, or 29 could be a significant number for you. Next you have Flamingo Spirit. It says embrace the in-between. Yeah, embrace the in-between. And even if things feel like you've kind of gone through a little bit of a standstill, or things have been slower, or maybe you are finally moving into a slower or more simple time or simple period, embrace the in-between, because flamingo energy, it's also very pink, very beautiful. But I get that you are able to, that's your gift, Libra, is to embrace the in-between. You are the sign of the scales, and it is about finding that balance between both worlds, maybe the spiritual, maybe the 3D and the physical and the spiritual, basically, and finding that balance. You may even work with chakras or the chakra systems is what I'm hearing as well. You have the porcupine spirit. It says it's time for a beginner's mind. It's time to think fresh. It's time to out with the old, with the devil, in with the new. So you have what it takes to really activate that Aquarian energy, right? That air energy within you and rise above. Card 48, some of you may be born on the 29th, the 26th, or you may be 48. And then lastly here we have 45. Maybe you're 45 years old. Parrot Spirit says, watch your words. Your words create and can determine your reality. This goes for self-talk as well. If you are talking to yourself here and you're saying, I don't have any gifts. I don't have skills. I'm poor. I'm broke. I don't have enough. My business is failing. I'm not good enough. Whatever it is that what's coming out of your mouth is going to be a big piece of what you are asked to see, rise above, be the observer, be the bystander, Libra, because that can help you alter and shift. When you're not realizing what you're doing, you can't fix it. Right? And that's why we have the giraffe. That's why we have the wings. So you can rise above and you can see, okay, what is going on here? How am I behaving? How am I acting? Where am I getting stuck? Where are some of these beliefs that are rooted? What do I need to do to rise above to create more abundance, wealth, financial shifts and changes? So watch your words and also pay attention to the words of others. Because if other people are too pushy, because I also get deadline energy, even though the deadlines card didn't show up here, I feel like someone may be crunching a deadline, and it's important for you to have some time to think things through. I mean, if it's a day deadline and someone says, I need to know by the end of the day, then that could be a sure no, right? But I feel like if there's adequate time, but if someone is trying to push you, manipulate you, or coerce you into something, I feel like that's a big no-no. That's a big red flag. And that's part of the devil energy here for you as well. Because the right people, your tribe, Libra, they're going to be supportive. They're going to help you stand in your strength. They're going to give you that time to acknowledge what you need to acknowledge, or to make some decisions that are in your highest good. It's not going to be, again, and I keep getting that word, cutthroat. So some of you may have been dealing with a situation that, again, was very cutthroat, very manipulative, very challenging, or maybe this is you yourself at times, like I mentioned, kind of holding yourself back, holding your tongue even when you wanted to say things that maybe you didn't say, but you wanted to. Maybe that has caused a little bit of bitterness or resentment or anger within you. It's time to free that and let it out. That's what I have for you, Libra. February 2024, a lot of really great changes coming in here. I love to see the sun slow and steady wins the race and rising above anything that's been a little bit stuck, stagnant, or it felt non-active. Things are finally starting to move along with more simplicity than the chaos that maybe that energy has brought to you in the past. Thank you so much for tuning in, Libra. If you like the reading today, please hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. And of course, please drop your power animals in the comment section below the video. And be sure to hit that subscribe and bell button for future notifications. Lots of love. Thank you so much, Libra. Till next time.